Well, hello, my beautiful Pisceans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for the end of January right through the end of February 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisceans, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming in your way. Also, I want to apologize for the delay in this reading. Just before the new year, I had a power outage, which stopped me from recording, of course. And then I got a bit of a seasonal cold, so I had to take a bit of a break there to get my voice back. And then I actually recorded your reading. And it disappeared. It's so really random, actually. I actually recorded it on the camera, and when I pressed stop, I could see that it was like a full 54 minutes reading, and then suddenly it wasn't there anymore. So I'm not really sure what happened there. So there was a little bit of a gremlin in the system, a little bit of a glitch there. So very frustrating, but here I am again doing the reading for you all because I would hate for you to miss out on a reading regarding your singles love life. So that's why it's a little bit in delay. So let's get straight to your reading and see what is coming in your way. Perhaps that's how you're feeling about your love situation. Perhaps something looks like it's all sorted, it's all in place to be a long-term relationship, and then suddenly it just disappears. Or perhaps you feel disappointed with the way it's gone, and then you feel like you have to start from scratch. But let's see who is coming towards you. I mean, your first card there is the Key. So some of you are doing some major soul searching right now regarding your situation. And I feel, looking at your overarching energy chart, I see that you're actually going to have a love wish. I do see that there is love coming in your way that will lead to commitment, okay? Now, that first card of yours is the Key, and this is really about focusing on your destiny, on your projects, on your true life's calling. So a lot of you have been basically in a period of discovery about yourself. You're letting go of things that no longer hold value or weight in your life, and you're seeking a deeper meaning. Okay, now the Key also represents you will be destined to meet this person. Okay, so I definitely see that there is a change, a breakthrough, because keys in the LENORMAND deck, they represent a breakthrough. So I feel some of you have actually, decided this year is your year to focus on commitment or finding a high level of commitment, whereas in previous years or previous months, it has not been truly your priority. I feel like you've been focusing on other things. But this is about unlocking your destiny. Also, I feel that there is a potential, and I will pull a card on it, that there is someone who has hidden feelings for you already present in your life. Now, you may know who this person is. It could also be this person is someone who connected to you in a high-level commitment in the past, and they want to find a resolution. So we will go a little bit deeper with the Celtic cross just to see what is going on there. But right now, I feel like you are ready to give someone the key to unlock your heart. Okay, I really feel like you're literally on the path, and you're open and ready for love. Now, we do have the star. It's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Now, this means that you've been tested in love. You've had a real test of faith. And some of you may have even withdrawn from love for a while because you felt, it has not gone in your favor. You may have felt disappointed or let down by either your expectations of a relationship that you may have had in the past, or even by love itself. Some of you out there may not have had a relationship and you've been waiting a long time to connect to somebody out there. But with the ring present in your overarching destiny, it tells me that there is a commitment coming in for you. And this person, they will be really close to what you wish for, is what I see. Now, not everybody gets what they wish for in life exactly the way that they want it. There's always some sort of like discrepancy or, something missing from the list. But I definitely see that you're going to get very close to what it is that you're wishing for in a person, the traits that you're hoping for, because you're actually aligning yourself with a wish right now. Some of you may have been healing from past situations, and that doesn't have to be like a previous love relationship. It could be some of you are healing your confidence after being bullied when you were younger, or perhaps you witnessed a parent or guardian divorcing when you were younger, or a very turbulent upbringing. That's your foundation of what it means to love. So some of you are looking at the experiences you had in your previous journey, and you are trying to find resolution within those experiences. Now, those experiences, they're very important because they shape who we are and how we approach life and love in general. So you recognize that they have informed your decisions or influenced the way you operate. However, you also recognize by getting closure and processing these experiences, they have no power to derail your happiness in the future, okay? So I feel a lot of you have been going through some big stuff, some major soul searching in your life, and I feel like you are aligning yourself with being open and ready for love. It's almost like you're creating space now. 2024 is the year where you will find love. Also, with the star in the resistance position, I feel some of you may have not been interested in finding love for a while, or it certainly wasn't your priority. I feel like you've been connecting to a new phase of life, making major lifestyle choices and changes for yourself so that you can embrace a brand new world, brand new ideas, or, create stability in your world in some way. And I feel, some of you are nourishing yourself as well in different ways because you're erecting healthier boundaries there too. But, anything that's in the resistance position, by the end of the energy, this reading is for the next 6 weeks. It goes into the upright, which means, you are connecting to a healthier relationship, you're aligning yourself with a wish, but ultimately your faith in love is being restored. Okay, so some of you may have waited a long time to have your faith in love restored. Now, with 16 there, this card is number 16. It can indicate, 16 is a tower energy, so it can indicate some of you are healing after a shock. So it doesn't have to be related to a high-level commitment, but some of you may be going through a period of grieving, or you're going through a period of having to heal because of unwellness, or that you had a shock in a previous relationship. And I feel it's necessary to take the time to get yourself back to best, because when the moment is right, the universe will orchestrate that meeting between you and a person. Now, I always say that, but it's really important to recognize we must try to meet the universe halfway, okay? Because love, unless you're online dating, love is not going to crash through your window, roll across the floor, and join you on the sofa and say, how about it? No, it's about taking the first steps to put yourself in a scenario to meet new people. Now, you can do that through doing things for you. Getting out there to experience new hobbies, be a little bit more involved in the community, or take courses or classes of learning, or, even like join groups and events on things that you're interested in, like walkers groups, book groups, sporting events groups, that sort of thing, in order to meet the universe halfway. And then the universe can orchestrate that meeting. Now, of course, it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes the universe can get you to meet someone in a line waiting for to pay for your groceries. But I feel there's something a little bit more kind of like orchestrated about your meeting this person. And we will go a little bit deeper on the details there. Now, we do have the Tower, okay? Now, the Tower represents an element here of feeling a little bit alone. Now, that's very different from being lonely, okay? There may be some 3 a.m. thoughts where you feel a little bit lonely, where you want to be with someone and wish that you could like cuddle up to someone and just, know that together as a team, you're facing the world. That's a nice feeling. But at the same time, you'd rather be in a relationship that is supportive, and rather be in something like that than give your power away in a situation that is not right for you, okay? So I feel you're very self-sufficient, you're very independent, and you you stand on your own terms. You don't need somebody, but you want somebody long term as a divine counterpart. So I feel like they have to bring, a lot to the table, because you have been through a lot, I can see with the energy. And I feel now that you're waiting for the one, I feel like you're not going to compromise. I mean, relationships are all about balance, of course, but I feel like you're not going to accept less than you truly deserve in a relationship, and you're not going to settle for second best either. Now, this card can indicate some of you have been a bit of a homebody. You've been in hermit mode for a while, but you have promised yourself that you're going to break out, liberate yourself from a cycle of repeat, because the Tower energy can represent a prison or, a repetitive cycle where we get complacent, We build a life of luxury, and we can find ourselves making sure that we eradicate drama from our lives and all of those things. And then suddenly it goes really quiet, and we're like, this is nice. It's nice and safe and quiet. And, I've got my routine, and I'm like, doing my work or my projects, and I'm seeing my friends. But then if there's nothing new, then it starts to get a little bit same. So I feel some of you are trying to liberate yourself out of that stuck cycle. And, the Tower represents an epiphany, or, really kind of like suddenly you know how to change your circumstances. So if, for example, one evening you're thinking about the things that you'd love to do, and suddenly you get a desire to do something, that's your calling. Listen to the calling, and then, everything else will change from there. Now, what I'm getting mainly from this, and I don't get it often, okay, the LENORMAND deck also supports the energy of this card, indicating that you're going to stand out from the crowd, especially since it's number 19, which is the Sun card, okay? So this is about being in the spotlight, being very attractive, people paying you attention, okay? Because, if you look at that tower, it's like a clock tower. So some of you, you're not wanting to waste time. I feel like you have a lot of attention, and you may have noticed it or not, but you do have attention, you do have options, but you're waiting for the one. And, sometimes that can feel like, is the one ever going to show up? But this new person who's coming into your life, this person, you stand out from the crowd with this person. There is nobody like you, my beautiful Pisceans. When this person comes in, they only have eyes for you, okay? And it will lead to a high level commitment. So if you are looking for marriage, I definitely see that there is a bond deep enough to support that union, because you're looking for someone who is emotionally available to take the journey of life and love with you, someone who's looking in the same direction, okay? Because we can fall in love with another person, and they can also love us deeply on the same level. But if you don't want the same things in life, and you don't want the same direction, then it can be a misalignment. And some of you may have actually met people in the past where there was a lot of love, a lot of deep affection, but you may have wanted different things at different times. And now you're about to meet a person who wants the same things, who is, vibing at the same frequency as you. This literally means, commitment, marriage if you want it, a proposal, or a deep, loving, romantic partnership where you promise to each other to be strong enough to walk by each other's side through thick and thin. And I definitely see that you're going to meet literally a gem of a person. And I feel they've gone through similar experiences than you. So I do feel like there is respect there in this relationship. So your overarching energy tells me that you're about to meet someone. And I feel initially when you meet this person, you may keep this person to yourself. You may not tell anybody about this for a little while until you feel like it's a real thing, okay? I'm not saying that you're keeping secrets or anything, but I just get energy that when you start seeing this person at first, it's almost like you don't want to jinx it by telling people we're a thing or I'm seeing this person, because you want to see how it goes first. So maybe that's something that you've kind of said to yourself. But let's get to the Celtic Cross. How would you like to receive? Okay, we got the Devil card. Interesting. We got the Hangman. We got the Strength card. These are all major arcana cards. Okay. Interesting. Now, we got the Six of Cups. It's in the past position. So some of you may have been attracted to or attached to somebody who was very, how can I put this? They were not emotionally available. I feel they may have been a bit controlling or had addictions in some way. This person, a lot of passion with this person. And I feel some of you may have been waiting to heal things with that person, but this person has not stepped up in some way. I feel 2024, you're kind of like looking at things from a different viewpoint where you're leaving everything in the past. Anything that is not solid or anything that is not stable, you're moving away from this. I feel like you're letting it crumble. You're letting it go because it has served its purpose to teach you about higher and healthier boundaries. And really, it's taught you to be really strong, because I feel this situation, it's almost like it may have left you hanging, or there is a remembrance of somebody or a situation that you've been trying to heal. And I mean, this may not resonate with everyone, but the energy that I've got coming out here is the Devil card is an indication of lust or, toxic energy. Perhaps you've just come out of something that was a little bit toxic. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles there, it tells me that you're fiercely independent. You've been learning to focus on your projects, your responsibilities. We got the Hierophant. So there is rivalry for your affection here. There's two energies. Now, with the Six of Cups present, I will get to it in a moment, but it actually means to reunite. So there could be someone, Six of Cups actually means, a gift from the universe being offered to you, but it's also connected to a reunion card. So some of you, you may have connected to somebody in the past that may try to reach out in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Now, remember, this reading is good for the end of January right up to the end of February. So we do have Valentine's Day in the middle of February, and that is a prime time where exes tend to kind of reach out just to either one, if they're lonely or they're feeling nostalgic. That's pretty much what the Six of Cups means, nostalgia. Then, they may reach out to see what you're up to, if you've connected to somebody else, or if you're still thinking about them, or if you'll give them, the benefit of the doubt, or even the time of day. So I feel this is a high time where that may happen for you. But I feel like you're actually turning your back on the past, okay? So I'm not really going to talk too much about the past, because this is a singles love reading and you're looking for someone new. But the Six of Cups is present, so I will mention it briefly when I get to this position, okay? The Devil card is your starting position. So some of you are feeling a little bit anxious about your dating life. You may feel it's really stagnant. The Devil card, it's not an evil card. It actually means you're feeling stuck or bonded to something that is not healthy, okay? So it could be a mindset. It could mean that some of you, if you've not had a high-level commitment relationship go the way you'd hope for, there may be some residue, some baggage from that you're still trying to resolve. And these are, sometimes unhealthy thoughts. So for example, if you were connected to someone who was truly toxic in the past, and they said, horrible things like, you'll never get anyone as good as me, or you'll never find anybody, or anything like that, all that stuff that people project their own insecurities in, and they try to bully another person in order to get their own way, when actually that's how they're feeling about themselves, okay? So if you've experienced people or situations like that, you may be healing, but when there is a moment where you may open up and try to be vulnerable with another person, sometimes those little words, they come back to haunt us. And they, just when we're about to do anything brilliant and great as a human being ever, that little inner critic comes to their little soapbox and says, what if you don't make it? What if it doesn't happen? What if you fail? That little doubt, that little voice of doubt. So I feel a lot of you beautiful Pisceans out there have promised yourself you're going to silence the inner critic this year and say, well, what if I fly? What if I'm more successful than I ever imagined? What if I am going to meet my soulmate? This year, I feel like you're going to have a lot of incredible stuff come your way, and I feel you're going to meet a soulmate, okay? But the Devil card indicates your position of feeling very stuck or helpless, truly helpless to change your situation right now. Some of you, not all of you, there's an energy of addiction. So some of you may be trying to move through, bad habits and try to heal them or really identify them so that you can become unstuck and free yourself up. The Tower energy indicates liberation. Okay, so really conquering whatever it is within you. Now, it doesn't always have to be like addictions. It can be self-doubt. It can be shyness. It could be, trust issues if someone broke your trust in the past. But it could also be foundational, because this is a major arcana card. So it can be experiences you had when you were younger. If parents or guardians divorce, for example, it can kind of like influence the way you look at love or marriage, for example. And you have to recognize that that was their love story, that was their narrative. That's not yours. You witnessed it, doesn't mean it's going to turn out the same way for you. So I feel like you're freeing yourself up from a lot of this sort of heavy energy. I feel also with the Devil card there, that, you know, some of you may also have like, it's almost like with the Hangman, I see that you're letting go of something that perhaps previously you were obsessed about, okay? So whether it is an inner critic that says, you know what, you're a certain age and maybe it's time that, you know, to recognize that you're not going to be in a high-level commitment because it hasn't happened by now, that's not true at all. You know, that's the inner critic there. No matter what age you are, if you're vibing at a frequency to find someone who holds the key to your heart, you're going to find that person, okay? It's going to happen for you. So I feel a lot of you are conquering things within yourself and conquering experiences that you had in order to overcome obstacles to free yourself up. But the Hangman also can indicate some of you have been waiting a long time, and that's where the frustration or the worry has come from, this obsession that perhaps it's not going to happen. I actually see that you're freeing yourself up from this, and you've become aware that thoughts become things. And the more you think that something is not going to happen, the more you're right, because thoughts become things. So believe and receive is truly important. Now, the Hangman in this position, it also indicates some of you are letting go of something. You know, whether it's a restriction, whether it's a person, whether it's a negative trait or habit. I mean, for some of you beautiful Pisceans, and this is totally okay as well, some of you have not been looking for love long term. You may have been looking for like a lighthearted fling, because the Devil card can connect to temporary energy, lusty energy, and that's okay. It depends on what you want, what you're looking for. But the majority energy, overarching, the energy that I'm picking up, or a lot of my beautiful Pisceans out there are looking for a long-term commitment. Your last card is the Hierophant, which is marriage. So it does indicate that you're going to be meeting someone that you will bond with and settle down with and have, you know, if not a marriage contract, if that's not the way you want to go with this, you will have a high-level commitment with that person. But you have been waiting, and I feel that, you know, it's not that you've been waiting, darning your socks by candlelight at the window, hoping for love to walk on by. I feel it's more that you've been getting busy with your projects. You know, you've been turning your life upside down in a good way. And some of you may have felt a little bit in limbo when it comes to love, but I feel like you're willing to sacrifice some things from your past, baggage. You're processing that, healing it. But, you know, this is a card of sacrifice. You know, the Hangman literally goes on the tree of life to sacrifice his position, to see things from a new angle. So some of you are actually going to open yourself up to a new strategy. You're going to let go of a past person or a situation or a toxic cycle of repeat in order to embrace something new, something more wonderful. And this time for inaction has given you enough time to reflect on who you are and do some major soul searching, so that when love comes in, you know what you want, you certainly know what you do not want, and you're in a better place to receive, okay? Now, what is below you? We got the Strength card. You are one tough cookie. I feel a lot of my beautiful Pisceans out there, the energy that I'm tapping into, you've been through some stuff that has changed you, forever changed you. And the Strength card also indicates that you've learned about self-love, unconditional self-love. So it basically teaches other people how you like to be treated, because you treat yourself a certain way because of all that personal development that you've been through. But the Strength card also indicates a desire to do something bold and daring, to change your circumstances, something out of the norm, to move into like uncharted territory. And I definitely see that that is something that you are activating this year, okay? I see you're going to connect to new experiences, new people, new environments, travel, exciting things happening for you. And it's going to bring you into a place where you're going to meet this new person. Now, I see where you meet this person, it seems like it's in a place where you challenge yourself in a really healthy, fun way. So it could be like you're training for something, whether it's training in a class or a course of learning, or whether it's training in the gym, or if you want to be an athlete, or, you know, right now they're showing me an image of, and I'm not here to advertise anybody's product, okay? They're showing me, you know, that Nike swoosh? Okay, they're showing me that as a sign or a symbol. So, I mean, it could indicate that this person that you're about to connect to is in some way connected to sports, or you are. I mean, it could also indicate, you know, the goddess Nike. That's what that sign is connected to. And that's about success. So it could be something that you're training to be successful in. So it could be a person who's connected to your life's purpose in some way, or something that you're trying to action and become successful at this year. So whether you're in a career or whether you're retired, I definitely get a sense that something that you're doing for you, you're going to feel very proud of yourself in it. And in some way, you're connecting to someone new through it as well. Okay. So, I mean, that sign, it could be something you're going to see just before you meet a new person, or when you meet a new person, they could be wearing some sort of, sign connected to that product. I mean, it could even be like that you go to an art gallery and you see a painting of Nike, and, the Nike swoosh is actually it's taken from, the goddess's wings, so it's one of the wings. So it could be that you're going to see like a painting, like, wow, that's really interesting. And you're going to notice that actually it's Nike and the wings is connected in some way. So please, these images, they may mean nothing to you right now, but then suddenly you start to see the images, and then it's like plot points to meeting a new person. So I do feel like you're going to meet someone new. Now, we do have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, initially, the grassroots of what this means is nostalgia, okay? Thinking back, memories of the past, whether they're good or bad, okay? But sometimes we can kind of like phase out negative memories and replace them with rose-tinted glasses of a time that we connected to somebody and thought, you know what, it wasn't so bad. Or, that person, they weren't emotionally evolved enough at that time to love me. Maybe I should give them a second chance. But it's in your past position, which tells me you're not giving any thought to the past anymore, okay? Now, the Six of Cups can also indicate that some of you beautiful Pisceans have met somebody new, and you're wondering where it's going to go. Well, I do see that this person, they only have eyes for you, and I do see that this is going to lead to a high-level commitment. So if you're connected to somebody already, you're talking to somebody, and you're wondering how it's going to go, I mean, with the Five of Swords there and the Five of Wands, it can indicate that, you're both kind of sussing each other out right now, that both of you perhaps have been in experiences where you've been hurt in the past, and you don't want to fully give yourselves over to the connection. You're kind of like holding back a little piece of yourself just to make sure that the relationship is evolving in the right way, in the way that it feels more secure. And I feel like eventually you and this person will get over that. And I feel, there'll be a breakthrough there. And I feel this person's really honest, open, and I feel, it's heading in the direction of a high-level commitment. But if you have not connected to somebody new, I feel like the universe will send you someone very, very shortly. Okay, I feel it's not too far away. The Queen of Swords really, is your future position. So it means you're being organized. I feel like you are fiercely independent, but I feel you're changing something about the way you approach love right now. Because, with the Six of Cups there, it means you're not really wanting to connect to anything from the past, but someone may try to reunite with you, someone from your past, okay? So with the Queen of Swords as your opposing energy, because Six of Cups is here, Queen of Swords is here, it means you're very cold in your response to this person, okay? So it's someone you're trying to detach from, someone that you may be brutally honest with and tell them to, take a long walk off a short pier in your life. And I feel, you're not really going back to that person or that situation. I feel like you're moving on and you want someone new. Okay, that's the energy that I'm picking up on there. But let me just pull a quick card on that Six of Cups for you. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? I actually see a lot of good karma coming your way. You've got so many good karma cards. And I feel like you're going to have a major breakthrough when it comes to love. You've got so many major arcana cards here as well. So I feel the next 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks for you, is a big deal. Okay, there's going to be some major changes. So suddenly you may book like a course of learning online, or perhaps an invitation comes in, or you're doing something really exciting and you're doing it for you. And then I feel there is a connection that is going to come from that. Okay, so... Ooh, interesting. I'm getting two energies. Number one is the Lover's card is the choice card. So you do have options when it comes to love, okay? The Chariot card also is a directional change. So I feel you're actually deciding to leave the past behind in search of true love, in search of your soulmate. And we got the Three of Pentacles here. So Three of Pentacles, the two energies I'm getting from this is you are the person who is going to have a choice between two people. So that's three people. Possibly a triangle there where you have to make a decision as to who gets the key to your heart, okay? But also I'm getting an energy here of some of you having some sort of reunion invitation. Now this could be a college reunion, could be people that you used to work with or people that you used to hang out with. There may be some sort of trip or travel connected to that. Someone you haven't been in a relationship with, there is a possibility that you meet up with them and there is a romantic connection as well there. So it's almost like I'm getting like 50-50 of my beautiful Pisceans. Like 50% are connecting to someone that they maybe had a crush on in college or at a working environment or, you know, a community, but there was never a relationship. Okay, and I feel there may be a reunion that is offered out in the next couple of weeks or months, an invitation there that you attend. You have to travel to it. Wherever you're meeting this person, you have to travel to it. And then I see you could connect there. But also the other 50% of my beautiful Pisceans, the energy that I've got coming in, is you doing something that really challenges you, that you're in training for, and you're dedicating yourself to it. And I feel, you know, you meet at this event, whether it's a course of learning, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a sporting event, or you're in training to get a qualification or a certification in some way. But what I do see here is it's like wherever you are successful, this is where you meet the person. I know it's really random. So even if you go to like, and I'm just throwing this out there, if you go, for example, to like a local bar and they're doing a quiz, and you're successful, you and your team are successful, this is a place where you could meet this person. Or if you're competing in an event and you're successful, I feel this is where you could meet this person. So there's this energy coming through of you being a success, standing out from the crowd. And I feel, you know, there is a high potential here that this person is also going to get on really well with your friends. But the Three of Pentacles with the Chariot card can also indicate something that you're planning. It's almost like you're planning to return to happier times and make new memories. And I feel there's something of a calling that is connected to you right now where you're like, you know what, I really have a desire to do this, and you're planning to do it, strategizing. And whenever you action this, that is where you're going to meet this person. Okay, because I feel like in some way you're planning to do something and it comes out of that. Now, we have the potential position, we got the Five of Swords here. Now, the Five of Swords is an energy of eradicating drama, okay, conflict. Something has been unfair in your previous situations, and I feel like you're doing you, okay? You're not being selfish. I feel like you're learning to be fiercely independent, be self-sufficient. There's an energy here of not needing anybody, but wanting somebody. But I also get an energy here of complacency. Please do not shoot the messenger. I'm so sorry, but I'm getting an energy here that some of you have got into a cycle of repeat, and it may have felt really comfortable. Okay, so for example, if you are someone who has your projects going on during the day and then you come home of an evening, you're really exhausted, the last thing you're wanting to think about is, oh, now I need to get out there and find someone for, you know, a date, or get on a dating website, or, you know, I feel some of you have been really exhausted and you've looked at the dating scene and thought there's nobody out there who's sparking your attention. So what is the point? So I feel some of you are trying to break out of that. You know, the Five of Swords actually is, you know, conflict, tension. And sometimes when we experience conflict or tension in our mind or in our lives, it provokes change, okay? So it can be a shaper of worlds. It can really get you out of the funk. I know when I'm not happy about something in my life, when I get really like frustrated, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I've left it so long. I've got to do something about it. It springs me into action to actually change my circumstances. And if you're starting there with the Devil card and the Five of Swords is there, it's like your mind is like working overtime because you're feeling something needs to change, and then you set about those changes. So I definitely see that you are in the flow right now of shaking things up about your life in some way. Now, the Five of Swords can also indicate stress or worry, okay? So I feel like you are managing your stress levels, and you may have taken yourself out of the dating scene for a while in order to just find peace of mind, because sometimes, you know, experiences can be difficult. And I feel if you're in a period of healing, you needed that time out. But I feel like you're not going to have this time out forever because it's temporary. I feel like you're going to get back into the dating scene, into the dating arena, meet someone new, and you're going to realize why everything that happened in the past happened, because they were not the right people. They were experiences, learning, you know, curves. We all have lessons to learn. There are people who come into our lives for a reason or a season, and I feel like you're learning about that too. We have the Three of Pentacles here, and we have the Justice card. So having to make a choice. Okay, so some of you, if you're already involved in that triangle or that thought process of like, you know what, there's someone who's really captured your attention that's new, but also there's a previous experience that you can't really let go of just yet. I feel some of you are called to make a decision, okay? But that's not going to resonate with everyone. So I feel some of you, if you've been invited to something, some of you may be wondering whether you should go to it or not. Or maybe there's a double booking energy going on here where you're called to go to one place, but at the same time you've been invited to another place. Listen to the call. Listen to your heart, okay? Do what is right for you, and everything will slot into place. The Justice card actually means balance, peace of mind, you winning a situation. As I said, you're victorious at an event where there's like a group setting, because I feel like you meet this new person in a group setting. You have a really honest, open conversation. And some of you, not all of you, but some of you, there may be a part of your life that you've kind of like compartmentalized where you feel it's off limits, okay? And some of you may wonder if that part of you that you keep off limits, it could be called a secret, doesn't have to be. You don't have to share all of your life with people. You can leave a little something for yourself. So we should never feel the pressure to have to say, okay, this was my past, right? And maybe you're proud of it. Maybe some of your past, you're not proud of it. Or maybe some of it you're still trying to resolve within yourself. You don't have to share it with another person. And, if you feel like you'll be judged in some way. But remember, with the right person, you're not going to be judged in any shape or form. Okay, so some of you, if you've got something hold, over you, like something like hanging there, where you feel, especially when you're about to open up to a new person and you feel compelled to tell them something about your past that really like shook you or really like impacted you in a big way, and you don't tell it to everybody, you can like take it slow. You can tell them at your own pace, or you can just wait until later on. Or, if it's detrimental to the relationship, of course, you've got to open up and let the other person decide whether they want to connect after knowing the information. It's always good to go in with honesty. But the right person is not going to judge you. The right person is going to be open to love all of you, even those parts of yourself where you feel it's taken a long time for you to love. So I feel there is actually someone new coming in who is going to love you in the way that you hoped for, okay? So that's not going to resonate with everyone, but it is coming through, so I had to mention it. We do have the Queen of Swords there, and this is in your near future position. Queen of Swords, swords are all about communication, talking to somebody, being on the same level, same mindset as them. But also the Queen of Swords is to be a little bit detached, okay? So some of you, I feel there may be an event that you're going to, not expecting to meet love. I feel like you're independently going to this place. There's a group setting of people, but also this is about you having healthy boundaries. You're a different person now. So if you've had previous experiences where things didn't work out, I feel like you've learned from those experiences, and I feel like you've moved on and taken the lesson with you. And, you're not going to have a repeat performance of previous experiences. I feel new experiences and letting go of the past is so important. But also, I feel this is you having a strategy that is different. So I feel if you are typically someone who normally met, a love suitor in a bar or in a class, or I feel like you may be doing something different this time, because it feels very much like you're coming out of a comfort zone, uncharted territory, having a different approach or strategy to finding love. And I feel this time it works really well in your favor. Now, we do have the King of Wands, okay? King of Wands is a very lusty energy. So some of you may be feeling the calling to get out there and connect to another human, but this is more about being led by your passions, okay? Taking the initiative to get creative or to take charge of your situation and take action. Leadership energy. You're motivated to get out there and meet someone new. So I feel like you are going to be very bold and take the courage to change your circumstances. You're actually aligning yourself with your desires, and you've built your confidence after a long period of time. And you're recognizing that it's almost like you're being very open to all the potentials and possibilities of who's out there, but you're actually going to be very discerning about the company that you keep. I do see that there is someone who is going to try to connect to you in the next, say, I think it's either 6 or 8 weeks. someone from your past is going to try and reach out, and you're very cold to this person, okay? But ultimately, I feel that you are out there doing life, and things are going to get a little bit hot for you, because I feel like you're going to meet someone new who really challenges you in the right way. There's a major spark coming in here, and I feel that this person, they really present like, it's almost like they're another rival to your affection. However, I feel the majority of my beautiful Pisceans have really like decided to cut the past out. Now, the external circumstances, we got the Justice card, okay? So this is about balance, but it's also about choice. Cause and effect. If you're tempted, because the Devil card can be a temptation card, if you're tempted to return to the past or even think about the past, you can connect to the vibrations of the past and remain in a stuck cycle of repeat, okay? Of course, we can all heal the past with a past person, but if they refuse to step up, or they refuse to learn, or they refuse to spiritually evolve, then, there's nothing you can do about that. That's on them. You have to take ownership of who you are and what you truly want, and ask yourself what you're getting from previous experiences that you couldn't get like somewhere else, okay? Also, it's worth noting, because Six of Cups is an energy of nostalgia. Sometimes if we continuously remember the past in a negative way, we're actually connecting to all the negativity and the vibrations that it holds, okay? So it's important to look back and remember in order to process and learn a lesson. But we must be very clear that we should not dwell there, because if we continuously live in the past, then we'll miss the present moment, and it will influence our future as well there. So I feel visualizing a brighter future, you've got the star there, there is a brighter future for you to connect to. I feel you're going to change your circumstances and make some adjustments in your world, create space for the right love to come on in. And I feel like you're making really great choices in love this time as well. Now, also, the Justice card can indicate finding a solution, being really honest with yourself and saying, okay, I need to make some adjustments. I need to get out there a little bit more, or I need to do more things for me, or I need to create space. Because some of you may be exhausted, pushed and pulled in many different directions, having a lot on your plate, multitasking, and the pressure is on. I feel this year you're doing things differently, and I feel you're making these adjustments. The Justice card can also indicate a lot of you've got work on, or paperwork to deal with, or projects, and you're overwhelmed with stuff that you have to do. So it is about getting that right balance between finding time for you and connecting to somebody new, but also opening yourself up to working and making sure that your life is running smoothly. The Justice card can also indicate major breakthrough, karma. And I really feel this energy of karma coming back to you, because you have a generous, beautiful heart. You're someone who's so loyal, and you give your 100% to a person, and you never waver. So I feel it's only right that you meet someone who is in a very reciprocal energy. I do feel that the next person who comes in has your back, and vice versa. Now, the hope and the fear, we got the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Nine of Pentacles is an energy of self-control, okay, self-reliance, and also building your financial future. So some of you may be wondering, are you too independent to connect to somebody now? Is a person that you're going to meet, are they going to be intimidated by your level of maturity and, self-sufficiency? The answer is no. Okay, the right person is going to love that about you. So there may be a small percentage of my beautiful Pisceans feeling like they're so independent that it may scare people off, and that's not true at all. Even the right level of success, because you're going to be a very successful person, or you are a very successful person, sometimes people may say that it will scare another person off if they feel intimidated or inadequate. The right person is not going to feel like that, okay? And I feel like you're going to meet the right person. Also, the Nine of Pentacles can indicate, that you've been stuck in a rut, and it's almost like some of you have been wondering, are you going to be just alone forever? But again, that's not true at all. I definitely see that you're going to find the right person and invest in a very healthy relationship where you feel there's freedom to be your wonderful self, express yourself, be your wonderful authentic self, but at the same time to compromise in the right places with the right person, because relationships are really hard. Long-term ones, you need to compromise, but also there needs to be an honest, open dialogue. And with the Justice card present, For some of you, it may connect to a fact that you may have had people in the past be dishonest with you or betray you in some way, and you're just looking for someone who is, not going to lead you down the garden path. You don't want to waste your time. So the Nine of Pentacles can also indicate a level of caution, okay? And what I mean by that is there can be a healthy level of, giving a part of yourself to another person, whilst at the same time keeping some for yourself. Many, many years ago, someone said to me, relationships are like bananas. And I was like, what? And they were like, if you got 5 bananas and you meet a person, give that person 2 bananas, but always keep 3 for yourself. And I was like, well, I don't understand that. They were, well, in time you will. And I was like, I don't really understand. But then I started to see that especially when we get into a relationship and, we meet someone and we think they're the best thing since sliced bread, we start to put a person on a pedestal and we think they're awesome because they are. We love them. So we fall in love with them and have that sort of like honeymoon period at the beginning. But we can inadvertently put them on a pedestal. And that means we're inadvertently putting ourselves below them. Okay, so we're shifting the dynamics. So again, it's like keeping that balance, but also it's really important to save a little bit extra for yourself so that a person does not drain your energy. You lead with reciprocity when you're in an established relationship, but it feels like it's really important, especially at the beginning, to just keep a little back for yourself. It could also be about, the level of information we give to a person when we first meet them. It's not that you're holding back, it's that you're retaining the mystery so that over time they're getting to know that little piece more about you and who you are. You don't need to reveal everything about yourself on the first or second date, okay? So that's coming through there as well. Now we do have the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands indicates, yes, you have been tested. It's almost like you've been in training for the right relationship, okay? And with the 5 of Wands, it also indicates brainstorming, finding new ideas or different ways to connect to love. But ultimately, it's about challenging yourself to come out of a comfort zone. And I'm really getting very strong training energy with this. So I feel a lot of you beautiful Pisceans are going to meet someone where you train for something, whether it's training for a job or training for a position in the community, or whether it's training in a hobby or something. I feel there's something connected to you wanting to stretch yourself, involve yourself in something and gain new knowledge. And as a byproduct, I feel like you're meeting someone who is actually, they have a lot in common with you, but they're very different than your usual type, okay? And this person, there is a big spark. They have an incredible imagination. They're very playful, very fun to be with. This card literally is about being open to new people, okay? And I feel that this is someone that you may meet at a place of learning as well, because the Hierophant is all about knowledge, learning, and I feel that this new person, they will join your family lineage, okay? So, looking at the energy, I'm going to pull a card on it because I feel like you're going to meet someone who has very strong fire or air in their chart, okay? They may have Aquarius energy, Libra energy. Also, I'm getting like Leo, Sagittarius coming through as well. Doesn't have to be Sun, Moon, or Rising. It's at a place where you're successful. I'm telling you the energy that I feel like. If you look at the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Wands is to be in training, and the 6 of Wands is to be successful at that training, to have a breakthrough. Okay, it's like victory. Maybe that's why I got the Nike image there. So it could be an award or, you being in the limelight or the spotlight. 6 of Wands is to be seen. So this is also about let yourself be seen by new people this year. And you're doing something for you. But ultimately, I feel like you may be successful at something where you meet this person. So even if you have to give like a speech, a presentation for something, it's almost like all eyes are on you, and it's a successful speech that you give, and then afterwards you may meet someone who comes up and compliments you on that. But ultimately, I feel this person, they've only got eyes for you, and you really stand out from the crowd. Okay, so I feel this is a year where you let yourself be seen. The Hierophant is also a marriage card. So I feel this is your end moment with this person. You get into a high level commitment. And I feel that both of you, you've got a wonderful flirtatious banter when you meet this person. And I feel there's something just thrilling about this person and you together. It's almost like if we were all in a crowded room and everyone was hustling and bustling about, we would look over in the corner and see you and this person deep in conversation like no one else in the world existed. That's how exciting this relationship is going to be for you, okay? So I'm just going to get some final cards for you before I close this reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? What are they meant to see? Memories, that came up strongly in your reading in particular. So, you know, memories are literally about how you frame them. Okay, and we can look back and we can change the vibration of it. We can learn from it, but we must remember that there are new memories to be made with new people and new experiences. Okay, they want me to go 2 more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so I feel, you know, the overarching energy here in this reading, it's about leaving memories of something that went wrong in the past, because all these cards are like give up control of a situation. We've got memories. That was your first card there. We've also got rejection. Okay, we've also got confusion. And we've also got differences and control. So if there is something or someone tempting you or trying to control a situation, because 5 of Wands is also rivalry for your affection. So I do feel that someone from your past may reach out. It may throw you into a level of confusion. Okay, but I feel the majority of you are leaving those memories behind or have found it really hard to process something from the past. But I feel it's taken a while for you to overcome that. I want to see what's after that. Can you show me what's after this, please? Communication. Okay. I feel like this could be communication from someone in the past. Can you show me beyond that as well, please? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know? What do they need to know for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Balance. Yeah, it's almost like they're giving me the whole, like, journey of the reading, of how things are going to go for you. So I feel like they're trying to give me a timeline, like someone from your past tries to reach out, but actually it's going to end in the same way, and you need to give up the control that that potentially could have on you. Because after that, I mean, we've got communication, which I said someone from your past will reach out. Or you could be invited to something, okay? And we've got balance. Oops. We've got balance there, which is your justice card. So it's literally your journey. And then we've got daydream, thoughts become things. And then we've got flirt. So there is some sort of chemistry between you and a new person that will end in a high-level commitment. I mean, I feel like you'll meet this new person in the next 6 weeks, but I feel like it's after Valentine's Day. Okay, so I feel someone from your past may reach out just before Valentine's Day or even on Valentine's Day, but I feel unless they show you with action that they're ready to move forward, I feel like you're leaving them in the past. But it's almost like they're giving me the same, like, journey for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Please guide my beautiful Pisceans. What do they need to know? Okay, we've got one rune here, and that is the arrow, which is about success, reaching your target. It's about you being a warrior, having the courage to break, you know, cycles of repeat and being right on target. But also it's like on the up, you know, you being seen. And I'm just being given a word there, justice. So getting good karma, justice. You get justice for a situation. I mean, for some of you who've been searching for answers from a previous person, you may actually get those answers, but, you know, you really don't need those answers to give you closure, because I feel sometimes there's this romanticized idea of closure, how we go to that person who hurt us to say, I need to, like, talk this out to get closure on a situation that you caused. So it's really weird that we would want closure from that person. You know, maybe an apology, I get it. But closure, I feel, it's something that sometimes we have to be strong enough to do by ourselves, because that person, you can ask them a million times over, why did you lie to me? Why did you do this to me? Why did you fall out of love in this situation? What went wrong? And they can give you a number of reasons. Sometimes they don't even know. but they can give you the reason that they feel like you want to hear, and it may not be fully their truth. So, we can't rely on another person to try and give us that closure. So that's coming out there as well. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I'll leave it like that. But for the majority of you beautiful Pisceans, what I see is you meeting someone new that, stands apart, because you literally stand out from the crowd when you meet this person. And it's going to be a very exciting, thrilling relationship. And I feel this is a person that you will marry if you want to. At least move in and settle down with them as well. So it depends on if you want marriage or not. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Pisceans. I hope something resonates in that reading. It was very complex, so I hope it does connect to somebody out there. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisceans, and love and light.